This year I tried doing Inktober for the first time, and I'd like to share some tips on how I think you can make Inktober go a little easier if you're a busy creative.
I felt that I had the time to finally participate in Inktober this year. I'm actually between jobs right now, and I'm taking some time to train as a storyboard artist. Inktober started in 2009, and I've never had or made the time to participate. So, being currently unemployed, I figured it was the perfect time for a month-long art challenge. But despite that, I found it difficult to make the time to get drawings done on a daily basis. I'd say that I'm in a transitional part of my life right now, and I'm still busy every day. I managed to do 5 Inktober drawings. In early October, I made a trip with my family to Alberta, and I actually thought I would have the time to draw in ink while traveling. But I was very wrong. Every day I was in Alberta was crammed with itinerary, and I was tired by the end of each day. And I didn't have any private workspace. When I got back to Montreal, I started to feel that crushing weight of unemployment. Maybe you know the feeling? I started to think that doing Inktober illustrations wasn't the most pressing thing on my to-do list.
Here are the 6 reasons why I wanted to try Inktober.
To have fun, to try a new medium, to connect with artists online, to maybe get a few new followers, to stop feeling like I was missing out, to have an interesting art experience that I could document.
And here are the 4 things I struggled with over Inktober.
The challenge is long. Art fear, making perfect drawings in a nice sketchbook. Taking the time for this challenge disrupted focus on my personal goals, such as working on my storyboard portfolio. The controversies over Inktober being trademarked gave me pause. I felt pressure to use ink over other mediums like digital. Even though I know I shouldn't have, I still did. I felt a little bit of pressure to at least try ink. I ended up resisting doing more Inktober drawings as I started to feel that Inktober just wasn't the most important thing for me to be doing this month. And now we're here. It's the last day of October. It's Halloween. I've got my drawing setup ready to go, but I have to go. I've got to go exchange my son's winter boots for a size that fit him so that he can go trick-or-treating today and not freeze his little toes off. So I went and exchanged the boots. Fun fact, I can now say that they still aren't big enough, and I'm going to have to go exchange them for a second time on the weekend. Don't worry about my son. I may have felt like I was getting frostbite while we were trick-or-treating, but he didn't even wear a coat and he was toasty warm in his costume the whole evening.
So here are my 4 tips on how I think you can make Inktober work for you. Tip 1. Choose a medium that fits into your current goals.
Don't feel pressured to use ink, but if you want to, go for it. I ended up doing 4 drawings with colored pencil and ink and 1 digital. I understand that the Inktober challenge started as a way to practice inking, which is fun and cool, but a lot of artists want to join in and they're not necessarily using ink as a medium regularly or ever. So a lot of artists use their medium of choice, such as digital, ink, and paint, which makes sense. Every time you pick up a new medium, there is an upfront cost and learning curve. Though to be fair, there isn't much expense if you just went with a basic ballpoint pen and drawing on any paper you could find, but I didn't do that. I went out to a shop called Au Papier Japonais, which specializes in Japanese stationery. Here's some b-roll of the shop when I went and bought my supplies. I bought a bottle of ink, a brush pen, and a heavyweight sketchbook, which was kind of silly, but I thought it would be fun, so I went for it. I would now say that if you are in the middle of a goal or project, that choosing a complementary medium to your goal is a really great idea. If you are, for example, using gouache to illustrate a book, feel free to try doing Inktober with gouache to keep developing those skills. If you switch mediums too frequently, it hampers your ability to master one. On the other hand, if you want to try a new medium, do it because changing things up can be fun and mentally stimulating. I saw an artist online somewhere asking about trying collage for Inktober, and that actually sounds so fun. So try a new medium if you want to, but maybe not if you think it's going to end up causing you grief.
Tip 2. Choose a theme that excites you and make it fit into your goals.
I chose a theme of my own, which was nature and texture themed, and I picked prompt words that are connected thematically to a project I'm currently working on. If you're working on a project already, you can either design your own prompts or you could find a prompt list with a vibe that really inspires you. There's room for interpretation on prompt words as well.
Tip 3. Pick the right challenge.
The controversy over the Inktober brand being trademarked gave me a bit of pause, and I ended up making my own prompt list called Coraltober to steer clear of potential infringement type issues. However, I think I may have overreacted in worrying about the trademark issue because I don't plan on publishing the Inktober logo. By stubbornly picking a prompt list that no one's ever heard of before, in order to be unique, I may not end up reaching as many people online. I would encourage you to consider picking an existing prompt list. The benefits are that it's already done for you and more people may look for the hashtags associated with an existing list, and maybe people share your work. And it's a nice way to connect with other artists online too. Author and illustrator Furry Little Peach puts up a Peachtober challenge on Instagram each year. She uses gouache, acrylic ink, and colored pencils for her work, and they are incredibly charming. I think this list is fun and inspiring. Illustrator Kriksis makes a Calmtober prompt list each October. The name Calmtober is instantly appealing. The Calmtober list has a prompt every other day, which makes 15 in total. That's a nice way to lessen the pressures of making pieces every day. I'll put links to all prompt lists in the description.
Tip 4. Don't feel the pressure to make a new image every day. If you're busy or you have stuff you need to take care of or you're just tired, just do as many images as you're comfortable doing. Really.
You don't have to do an illustration every day. Not many of us have that kind of time. I struggled with feeling like I failed by not doing more, but us artists don't need to be crushed by algorithms and making content for the sake of it. If you want to pad out your number of posts, you could share some making of images or videos of your art as you create it. I found a challenge called Slowtober, created by artist and illustrator Looona Lou, that challenges you to slow down and push your creativity. Looona Lou encourages you to forget about fast art and algorithms. The challenge is about making one piece of art during October. Document the making of it if you want to, and then share it online. What a good idea! I would love to do that one next year. It sounds so healthy and fun and normal. I underestimated how long it would take to do 31 illustrations. I told myself I'd keep it simple, but it still took a lot of time. Inktober is supposed to be fun, and I wanted to try it. The last day of Inktober was fun for me because at that point I had let go of doing 31 perfect little pictures. I just enjoyed making a drawing of a cute little lizard, and then I got to go trick-or-treating with my son, which is one of the best experiences of the year.
Happy Halloween, happy drawing. Thanks for watching.